Welcome back to your favorite corner of the numismatic world, the Coin Spyder family. Today we are pushing aside the usual surface-level coin gossip to sink our teeth straight into the technical facts of a true modern classic. Our deep dive centers entirely on the manufacturing details of the 2000p Massachusetts State Quarter, a piece that left the Philadelphia Mint in massive numbers but still holds incredible structural secrets. When the automated high-speed coin presses kicked into gear for the specific New England design, the raw industrial pressure required to shape these copper-nickel-clad planchets created lasting physical characteristics. We want to evaluate the pure minting mechanics that dictate true numismatic scarcity today. To truly appreciate this circulating piece, you have to look closely at the physical interaction between the working dies and the incoming metal blanks. The design features a historic Minuteman soldier standing proudly over an outline of the state map, creating complex high-relief zones across the reverse field. Because the metal must flow perfectly into these deep recessed lines under immense tonnage, the mechanical stress on the steel dies was incredibly high during this specific production sequence. Specialized variety hunters map the subtle movement of these die fields, looking closely at the sharp letters of the inscription for unexpected surface shifts. These micro details provide an authentic footprint of the actual minting environment. One of the most defining technical features on the obverse face of this coin is the clear letter P stamped securely to the right of George Washington's portrait. This small facility identifier represents the proud manufacturing heritage of the Philadelphia Mint, where workers meticulously monitored high-capacity equipment to meet strict nationwide circulation demands. Unlike older historical eras where these mint facility markers were punched into the working dies by hand, this modern series integrated the letter directly into the master tooling design. Numismatic authenticators study the exact crispness and definition of this specific letter, outlined to evaluate how well a particular die survived its heavy operational cycle. The physical foundation of this quarter series relies on a specialized multi-layered metal composition that introduces fascinating technical elements under heavy laboratory magnification. The outer layers of the coin consist of a specific copper-nickel blend consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel, securely bonded to a central core of pure copper. Sometimes intense mechanical stress during the initial sheet rolling process at the material factory caused internal bonding failures, leading to distinct lamination peels. These authentic structural flaws represent raw material errors that happened long before the blank ever felt the massive impact of the final coin press die. Moving deeper into the official population reports maintained by top-tier grading networks like P, CG, S, and NGC, verified double die varieties represent a major field of study. These internal manufacturing anomalies occur during the initial hubbing process if a master image transfers its structural details onto a working die at slightly misaligned angles. When specialists inspect these specific surfaces under an authentic loupe, they look for distinct extra thickness on prominent design elements like the datelines or the reverse lettering. Recognizing these genuine structural doubling features requires technical training, because simple mechanical doubling from a loose machine part can easily trick an amateur collector. Beyond basic material imperfections, the automated feeding mechanisms inside the Philadelphia facility sometimes experience minor timing failures during high-speed production shifts. These synchronization slips resulted in notable off-center strikes, which happened when a raw blank failed to rest squarely within the protective steel collar before the heavy die descended. When this mechanical breakdown occurs, a large portion of the coin remains completely unformed while the exposed metal expands outward under uncontained industrial force. Other interesting factory variations include indented errors or clipped edges, which track back to the heavy blanking machines slicing the metal strip inside the workshop. Turning the 25-cent piece around allows us to trace the progressive degradation of the steel dies as they struck hundreds of thousands of coins. As a specific tool reached the end of its operational life, internal metal fatigue created distinct flow lines that radiate outward toward the rims. Dedicated numismatists carefully study these advanced progressive die states to determine exactly when an individual specimen passed through the automated machinery. Observing how the metal pushed into the deepest recesses of the Minuteman design reveals a clear story of industrial wear and tear that makes each surviving strike unique. When it comes to achieving elite registry set status, surviving the post-mint transportation process represents an incredibly steep technical hurdle for modern condition hunters, because these large copper-nickel pieces completed their production journey by dropping directly from the coin presses into massive steel collection bins. Surface abrasions are extremely common. Finding a specimen that completely escaped heavy contact marks and deep bag scratches requires sorting through thousands of original uncirculated mint bags. Professional firms analyze the main focal points under strict laboratory light sources to verify if a piece hits peak preservation quality. The official census data published by elite third-party certification services highlights just how difficult it is to discover pristine state quarter examples today. While millions of pieces survive in lower uncirculated tiers, the official population numbers drop off drastically when approaching supreme grading levels like MS67 or MS67+. An individual specimen showing complete design details, flawless fields, and an absolute absence of post-mint friction stands out as an extreme statistical anomaly. These analytical charts prove that modern scarcity is driven strictly by preservation grade and strike quality rather than total mintage numbers. For anyone serious about verifying the true structural characteristics of these 2000 Philadelphia strikes, utilizing a proper technical inspection routine is absolutely vital. First, verify that the lens of your magnification gear is completely free of dust particles to prevent optical illusions on the metal surfaces. Next, set up a single source of incandescent light at a sharp angle to properly illuminate the fine lines of the design and inscriptions. Carefully tilt the coin to observe how the light reflects across the fields, checking for authentic luster and looking out for signs of altered surfaces. We want to hear all about your personal experiences with inspecting this specific 2000p Massachusetts design from the historic State Quarter series. Have you ever submitted a modern circulation coin to a professional grading firm like PCGS or NGC to check for a top-tier registry spot? Do you prefer hunting through original uncirculated mint bags, or do you enjoy looking through random pocket change for unexpected mechanical variations? Let us know what kind of magnification gear you use at home for your daily technical analysis. Please subscribe to the channel, drop your thoughts down below, and leave a detailed comment.